I've been in a few community spaces, but I've been in Smite's community for the longest, since Smite 1's beta. And in all that time, I've seen the highs, the friendships forged, the hilarious moments in-game, and the times when strangers came together to cheer on a shared passion. But I've also seen the lows. The moments when words became weapons, when insults replaced sportsmanship, and when toxicity turned a fun experience into something bitter. Now, let me clarify something. I want to separate out the player base and the community. Player base, that's your players, the ones who log in, play a few matches, and leave. They might not even think about Smite when they're not in-game. But the community? They're the ones who spark discussions on Reddit, share strategies on Discord, create content, stream games, and even the developers themselves chiming in with their thoughts on hopefully Blue Sky and not Twitter. The community is the soul of Smite, which is why it hurts so much to see that soul tainted by toxicity. Now let's address the excuses, because I know what some of you are thinking, but that's all MOBA games. It's like that in League of Legends. Stop. You don't get to use that as a shield for bad behavior. You don't get to justify toxicity by pointing at its existence elsewhere. It doesn't make it right, it doesn't make it okay, and it definitely doesn't give you permission to contribute to the problem, which I have seen some key community members sadly actually excuse their own bad behavior for that reason. If anything, it's a reason to fight harder against it, to draw a line and say, not here, not in this community. Because what we tolerate becomes the standard, and the standard we set today is the legacy we leave tomorrow. So be better, not just for yourself, but for every new player who's dipping their toes into Smite for the first time. For every kid who's looking up to their favorite streamer, hoping to one day stand where they stand, and could be a new role model. And be better, because this isn't just a game. I mean, it definitely is a game too, but it's a shared experience. And we all have a part to play in making it something worth cherishing. Now, if you've joined my streams, you might notice that I'm extremely forgiving and patient with everyone, and that's because I don't know what's going on for the other players in my matches. Maybe they've just had several disappointing low-quality matches in a row. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they have some real struggles going off in their real life, and that I can relate to. I've had people be toxic towards me, and how much do those people know about me? There have been nights where my wife has woken me up screaming in pain. Another night of no sleep, she needs a distraction and we're both exhausted. So we try to play a game. Maybe it's Smite, maybe it's League of Legends, maybe it's Heroes of the Storm. These are the games she likes to play and find distracting enough. And our goal isn't to win, it's just to distract ourselves. It's to keep me awake and my wife to focus on something besides excruciating pain. And can you imagine that as an existence? And I can only apologize, but we're just playing what we want, whatever we think is best in the moment, and it's a moment of desperation. Smite is basically how we met, and ever since the beta, I've had to watch her physical and mental health degrade, and she's been holding on for me. And I extend this same consideration to people out there in my matches. There are a lot of struggles, lots of unique circumstances, big and small. Do you know how many people struggle with autism? I don't think people truly do, considering how many people joke about it as if autism is a quirk. And honestly, we're not expecting everyone to know about all the kind of difficulties people have, like in this list. And I don't think you are a mind reader either to know all of the other of life's non-medical challenges that people will struggle with, because ultimately, we can just not contribute to toxicity, and that in itself is helpful. There are more important things than winning. There are more important things than appearing to be competent or the best player on the team. Now, this last part, this might be kind of fun. Maybe you like to improve at video games, but have you ever thought about improving yourself? Working on yourself is a lot like practicing a video game. Challenge yourself, just like you challenge your game skills. When you find yourself getting angry or frustrated, I mean, those feelings aren't fun to feel, right? Surely you don't want to feel that way and lose control, yeah? Make a new challenge for yourself. Try to make other people feel better in the game. When you see them struggle, maybe instead of getting angry and lashing out, maybe try and help them. Maybe you see someone on your team with no kills. Try and help them get a kill. Change the objective from winning to just trying to have that other person get some enjoyment out of the match. And another thing, yesterday I had like 2 people AFK in my game, and that sucks, but I don't need to berate them. I don't need to harass them. They were not doing very well, and maybe they've had several bad games in a row, maybe there's something else going on. But sometimes the right thing to do is just to step away from the game, and they decided to do just that. Again, I don't know, maybe they are just bad people. I don't know. But I don't need to lose control of myself and start smashing them with my excellent keyboard takedowns. There will be more games of Smite to prove my ability. I don't need to prove myself in every game, in every single match, to every single person on my team and the enemy team. And you are well within your rights to report those 2 AFK people and leave it up to the system as you move on with your Smite life. And I think I've rambled on enough. If you've watched until the end, thank you a lot.